Hello? May I have a one-way ticket to Monrovia, please? Yes. Cash? No. Thank you.
I've been here 30 long years. All my children born here. I've had a mighty good life. God bless the U.S. of A. I saw my car, I saw my house. I got me plenty of change. I'll be big shot, I'll do good rattle. I will live like a queen. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. That's all I need. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. That's all I need. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. I thank my Lord, the God of peace. Oh, He really answers prayers. Thank God for the United Nations and Papa Kofi Annan. I thank my Lord for the ECOWAS, Nigeria and Ghana. Thank God for President Bush. The peace is here forever. I say one way ticket to Monrovia. One way ticket to Monrovia. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. One way ticket to Monrovia. That's all I need. One way ticket to Monrovia. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. One way ticket to Monrovia. 'Cause I'm never coming back. One way ticket to Monrovia. And when I die, all night wake, you make it 6 to 6. Let the choir sing all night long, until the break of day. And then you get me the police band, march me from pillar to pole, take me to the two-foot river, right near my Papa John. I say one way ticket to Monrovia.
Oh me, oh my Lord, oh me, oh me, Demon watching, they won't see us fail. Which crowd watching, they won't see us fail. Give me a chance, let me popo you. That you're well into, let me popo you. Give me a chance, let me popo you. That you're well into, let me popo you. Demon, calling Shaka Demon. Chimon, they belong in Chimon. Putting count to those that can wait. You not pack on, you now around the place. Soon you bounce, see they took off them face. Jealous say we get them today. I say, Demon watching, they won't see us fail. Which girl watching, they won't see us fail. Give me a chance, let me popo you. That your wedding day, let me popo you. Give me a chance, let me popo you. On your wedding day, let me popo you. The way you feel about me, can I stop my blessing? And you run things, why they stressing? Let me popo you, mama, on your wedding day. I buy the ring, I won't put it on you. Chicken soup, sweet yellow chicken soup. Pepper soup, sweet yellow pepper soup. Then I fight you, but you getting wild, well. Got a ring, and you got it, man, oh. Demon watching, they won't see us fail. Which crowd watching, they won't see us fail. Give me a chance, let me poo-poo you. On your wedding day, let me poo-poo you. Give me a chance, let me poo-poo you. Now your wedding day, let me poo-poo you. Poo-poo, poo-poo. Poo-poo, poo-poo. Poo-poo, poo-poo. In that womio, womio, womio. All my haters, I say, oh me. Man, you expensive. You expensive. Loving is priceless. Today a day, my mind joy. We not tell you.
What is your name?
My name is Renata Chudu12.
Renata?
Yes.
Renata, which school do you go to?
I'm attending Carol Baptist Church School System.
And what class are you in?
I'm in 6th grade class.
Wow. Where do you live?
I live 9th Street Single.
You are on the program. What's the latest? In this program, we are talking about the latest things that we're hearing in town. Call it the latest G's. You can tell me any G's you've been hearing in town in a few days, even if it's pertaining to election or anything?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Because I can be listening to radio every time I don't like, I keep my $60 per saver to be on the radio. I always love to listen to Costa show at first, every morning. And at first, like in my own interest, I think the person my candidate I want in power is I just like him, or if I may say to confess and honest, I love Joseph Walker. Yeah. And why I heard on radio, like the way Costa said, even if you can be the most accurate person, but as long you meet Joseph Walker one-on-one, and if he's speaking to you, you feel like home, like you just want to give your heart to him, but oh no, it cannot be possible yet. And again, concerning what her name, CDC, George Mantel Weah. To be honest to you, Auntie, I just don't want him. This is not a football club. This is a real nation. And to be honest again, once more, let me tell you, this is not a football field, I repeat. This is a whole nation. And let me tell you one thing I know, I can hear. People can say his dog. I say I know he won't be his dog on this earth here. But just that maybe he's not focused, that's all. He don't love tension, that's why I learned from my oldest people. And one thing I know again is that because maybe the tension was too high, and one thing some people can say he insulted his own mother on radio. I say maybe it was just because of the anger, he couldn't stand it any longer. That was why. And one thing, yes, I agree to the fact that Bromsky went to the court to report his case. I love that attitude. Maybe he thought that it was a flaw in the election. Yeah, sometimes I can be on the radio, I can listen to election commission, Mr. Koko, Ano Kokoya. Yeah, I can listen to him every time when I'm on radio. I can really listen to your children program, as you say. Like, they have certain program where Mr. George Weah, this man, Joseph Walker, he used to, do. Yeah, actually I had an interest in him, yeah. At least the new government, at least we need people in business, I can say that. We just want everybody to hold tight and wait, that's all. Then, election commission will give us the rightful leader, we pray, so thank you.
Two senior members of Liberia's government are breaking their silence. They had kept quiet after the U.S. Treasury imposed sanctions on them in August, accusing them of corruption. Nathaniel McGill, the president's chief of staff, denies the misappropriation of public funds and of instructing warlords to threaten political rivals. He says the U.S. has got it wrong, that it's a case of mistaken identity.
But somebody may have misled them. Somebody may have told them a story that's not correct. And there are people out there who are using my name. That is a fact. It's a fact. It's been reported, people have been arrested. But somebody may say McGill is doing it, but I'm not the guy who's doing it.
The country's Solicitor General, who used to run a publication called The Plain Truth, says the U.S. accusation are all lies. He blames his former boss, the Minister of Justice, for any wrongdoing.
The Minister of Justice should be accused of all those things. He receives documents, he reviews contract, he signs contract. Never in my life, since I became Solicitor General. Even Petty Cash is the Minister of Justice.
The men have been suspended by President George Weah. The former football star was elected in 2017 on a campaign promising to fight for the rights of poor people. His goal was to eradicate corruption and poverty. Retired civil servant Paul Flomo has hoped that Weah's presidency would bring change. He's appalled that government officials are now accused of stealing millions of dollars from the state coffers from which he gets his small pension. Not only is his $60 a month pension rarely paid on time, it is a meager sum compared to the $5,000 a month salary members of parliament receive. Most Liberians live on less than $2 a day. With rising costs, what was once affordable is now a luxury. Mr. Flomo can no longer afford to buy fish or meat. Sending his daughters and grandchildren to school is now beyond his means.
It's a priority of government to see about the welfare of its citizens. If the welfare of the citizens are not being sought, then we bring the government.
Weah says the economic fallout from the Ukraine war and COVID are the cause of his country's financial woes. His political opponents say mismanagement of public funds is the real reason. Following the imposition of American sanctions, an investigation is underway. The U.S. is Liberia's main international donor.
Something recently, and I will repeat myself right on this forum. The 4 southeastern counties, namely Maryland, Grand Crew, Sando, and Riverside, where sedition like to say southeastern. Let me name it again for you. Maryland, Grand Crew, Sando, Riverside. The reason why I'm putting all the other one, I like to say southeastern. All of them on the coast, they ready, they get beaches, everything. If you put all 4 of them together, and we use 2017 as a case study, just for the fun of it, because if I go the advanced level of my analysis, you will not get it. Because we got something to call population growth. Then we look at the population density. When you look at those counties, then the people in Nimba, they can born just like guinea pig. Like my people. The people in Lofa, they can born. You know, that's why they got a PB production. The people in Bone, they can born. The Southeasterner, they let life up. They let to my bony baby. So we just use 2017 because now they have population growth, but then the other people will double them even more. So let's not talk about that. In 2017, you put all 4 of those counties together. Maryland, Sando, Grand Crew, Riverside. You know what the electoral population came to? 126,000. 126,000, all 4 of them. All 4, the electoral population. Can you imagine that? Then you can't sit there in front of Fagon. You won't argue. When Nimba, in the same year, gave 214, that's something you won't go argue. Bomb gave 163. Lofa gave 123,000. Magibi 115. Basso 106. Mosolado 590,000. That one county uno voter population, electoral population. You hear me? Each individual county that a population for electoral votes, people who can vote. Then I take 4 you put you together, you go sit down to 126,000. It means every vote counts. But when we, the strategists, then moving men, and resources, we look at several factors to make the determination and the decision. So yes, I am saying it again. They went there, they sat down, they hashed the plot, and in 1 week, they've been doing it. There's one woman been acting for 4 years, and they've been stepping on her because she was sedition. But as soon as Weah move her, I know I will tend to mulatto because I play trouble with staff. You're not late for class. Okay? So again, election coming. I understand Papa Prince Johnson wants to put his people strategically. Let me tell you another thing. There's a guy called Charles Gono. He has been to Maritime since 2009. Since 2009. Charles Gono, Deputy Commissioner for Technical, since.
Yeah, so good morning and welcome to KMTV, and we're privileged to be in the Omega market this morning. We have come to speak with a group of market women or marketeers, as you said, and they have come to speak on the demands of the return of red light market back to Omega. We don't know what calls for that, but let's listen to them. They will speak for themselves this morning right here at the Omega market. My name is Clement Toure. Many thanks for watching KMTV and keep sharing the live video as well. Madam, welcome to KMTV and welcome to the media.
My name is Esther Tottenham. I'm one of the marketeers in Omega.
Okay.
Yes.
How long you been here for?
I've been here since last year, July 11, and up to this time, I'm still here.
Okay. So today you people have grouped yourself calling for the return of the red light market. What prompted this action?
I may say what really prompted this action is our market is falling. And even the money we brought here,
You could have your phone call, take all the phone, stealing the money. But even if I see the money, I get a brand for a good thing. Because Ali and I see them carrying it in Europe. Some point in the country, all government are in eligible interest. That's the money. But we still have no money. The school will go to our people there and go pay for them. Someone invest. I can't pay how you want and invest. So I'm going to tell the money I carry the Ghana, correct? But how can they get it on me? I will take it from you, Gary. No. And I will leave it. Yes. The day God take me, I will carry her with me. No. Our grandchildren will kind of see the ones there, but what kind of looking for? They will book power there. So these are the things we'll be doing. I just want to say thank you to for doing what he's doing. What is the young man doing? He's just doing a part. One day will not be represented. But you could have your phone call, take all the phone.
You know, the trickle down effect. You don't pay your security, you don't pay your yard boy, your codes, and the rest of it. So now trickle down effect and the rest of it. I was thinking that there was a little bit of an kind of I don't know how to characterize it, right, for the president. Because if I use the word insensitivity, apparently I would be becoming a little bit uncouth. But to leave your country in such crisis and go for that length of time, France, Egypt, and then the World Cup is around. I hope he's not going to stay there to do some work because he's going to Doha and the rest of it. And so these issues, to me, I talk to flag into it can be recorded that for the record, the legislature took note of the level, the length of time that the president is going to go out and stand to be corrected. I understood that the finance minister is supposed to be finding a way to addressing these crucial issues regarding the census is undertaken. If it is true, then it is just about a time that we ought to make or break the census, because there is no way I can provide oversight over a system that has already been prepared to fail.
Yonko, what does the law say relative to the travel of the president?
My friend, the law was there to guard the process. Common sense takes precedence when the need arises, and such is the chance in this country. Once you don't have a assurance that there is food for your people to continue to eat.
Welcome to Spoon TV Live.
Thank you very much.
Tell us your name.
My name is Mohamed Bashir Soli.
Okay. Mohamed, tell us, why are you guys here this morning?
We are being champion like leaders. Leaders are doing everything to omit our name for the for the process.
Okay.
Leaders said the criteria that qualify you was to apply, which we did, we all. After applying, the next thing was we sat for the attitude test, and we were qualified, and then they trained us. After training us, and we understood that the legislatures has extended the time, only waiting to see how best we can complete our training. To our greater disgrace, yesterday, legislators came up with a listing, which they omitted every one of us names. We have about 256 persons that sat for this training.
Okay.
And every one of our names was omitted from it.
For Montserrat County?
No, for our center.
Oh, for the
Baptist
center.
Church.
Okay. All right. So, what was the requirement? After the training, was there any criteria like maybe after the training you take tests, and those who will pass the test, they are the ones who will be considered or shortlisted to be enumerators? Was there any requirement or criteria like that?
The only requirement was there to train supervisor. Right? If you go into the manual, it will tell you directly what all requirements, and we all went through the processes, and we completed the process, and only to know that they went and took their own people's name and placed it there. One person that did that is the Deputy Director General for Administration, Mr. Lawrence, who's here. George. Because he came here, insulted our parents, publicly, and we decided to react to that issue because we wanted to be civil and honor goals, our training, and be part of history making.
So some of the names that you guys are seeing on the final listing, are those names that participated with you guys during the training?
Especially our center.
Let me just make something clear, Bama. Let me just come in. Thank you very much for the Spoon family. We are being civil because we respect the rules of law. If we are not civil this morning, there will be no car flying in the street this morning. Because what Weah Smith, the acting director general, alleges and his official did to the Liberian people, the young people, it is very much disheartening, and we are saying this for the president. We're not even talking about any minister for the president to intervene. From now to 2 o'clock, if they can address the issue at first birthday, we take a specified action that would make Moreover to go ungovernable. Let me tell you what went on. When legislators came out with a whole censor thing, they said that we should take an aptitude test, which of course everybody here sat for the test. And at our center, there were 198 persons that passed the test. They put their name on the board, but because of their own delinquency, their own mismanagement alleges, the center at SKD and one sentence file, they never administered tests there. They told the people to join us here. When a group key they joined us, our number went to 256. The 256, they had two centers, Center 1 and Center 2. We went through the training, or intensive 5 days training that we sat for in the morning from 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock without getting on water. We went through the test, and the facilitator told us that right after the test, right after the training, we're going to get our workshop fee, our setting fee. FN by the acting director general going, okay, FN, telling the Liberian people that they apportion $5 a day for each numerator for setting fee And right after the test, they were going to pay that money. Up to now, we have not received a dime. These people you are seeing as money, they are from far out. While they did, the first name they brought up, if you apply to take a test in Jonesville, they will put your need to 175 on first birthday. Tell me, my brother, paying your way from Jonesville to come here for good 7 days without feeding you. We went through that stress, we took the test, and the only thing we were waiting for them to train the supervisor today. Waiting for censor for the enumerators to start their work on the 7th of November. To our utmost surprise, we have evidence. There are people in the face there. There was a girl that confronted me just that morning. I told her, I said, but we came for training here. I never saw you around here. Everybody that came to for the training, I'm familiar with them. What you do here? She said, oh, Weah Smith told me I should come to first birthday. Because the Weah need will come up. So it's a calculated thing.
Have you people been able to engage with the legislative authority, the Weah Smith that you're talking about? Have you engaged with him? And what has he said?
We don't have chat with any Weah Smith. Those that we have dealing with is the facilitator. After this morning, they have not appeared to the center. And we are waiting here. I'm telling you.
So, please, can I come in, please? What information were you given before you came here this morning? Were you called to come here this morning?
The information we got was on the first we're going to do a competency test.
Okay.
To refresh you before the process starts. But when we came here, if I said from day before yesterday, when we start looking on Legend Website, ask everybody here, 256. You can't find one person that is leaking from the center. How could that be possible? How could that be possible? Legend issue also. If you're not legend, if you're not put out about legend, you will not have a problem. Everybody here have the problem.
Okay, please. There is a supervisor for this particular center here. I know. Have you been able to speak to the supervisor? If you have, what is he telling you?
As we speak, we can't get hold of him. And from my understanding, the supervisor, they are also on strike because they promised to pay them the facilitator. They have not paid them up to now. So it's not our business. They are legend staff. But we that were contracted by legend. If you want for us to work with you again, it's an agreement. If we will break the contract, pay our certain fee.
So you said contract. Did you sign contract with legend?
I signed a contract today.
But you said then you did not sign it.
The manual tell you, if you read through the manual, once you have the manual and go through the if you sign it, that means you are being selected by legend to work. At the far, we must spend and argue this.
So at this point, what are you guys really looking forward to?
As I said, we are sober, we respect the rule of law, but when you push the man to the wall, you will bounce back. We get legends, Weah Smith and his staff. We give them from now to 2 o'clock. If they can't come here, if they can't send anybody here to address our issue, we take specified action. And no action will lead to citizens being embarrassed to move on the road. Very clear about it.
Just want to say something short. In so doing, even though my comments have said it all, but then we'll tell them that legends will not conduct any test or any training or any sensor around any test they want to conduct at the local center. We are going to barricade the center and any other center around you against wrong. Any other center around it, there will be no going on here or no test. If they refuse to tell anything around it, if they refuse to do anything around here, no problem. But during the censor, you see, any individual in the street will take them. We'll take their burglar from them. We'll take everything from them. We'll make sure that our be pressed. Our censor tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow, you will not see the house. We will go against you. Keep it up. So please, our landlord, Larry George, visited our center here. He insulted our mothers. The other man insulted our parents. He asked us, he said that seeking for joy is not enrollment. We should go and ask our parents. Kia.
And let me tell you something. We are not giving any commitment to anybody. The day I sit behind a bench, I will talk about it. And it's not coming to not being the country be sodomizing balls and everything when people die or say, then I'm not talking about it. I will talk about it. If it hurts you, like, take me to court. I have the proof that Alexander Clement is on day, he has sodomized somebody, the person died. Very promising young man coming up. He said he couldn't wait for his time. Everything in life that time. He couldn't wait for his time. He allowed himself to be used. And he's from the country that I hail from. He's dead and gone. Enjoy yourself for today. Forgetting about tomorrow. Took the ball to the stage. Sodomizing good. And I see some people, they're taking it to buy everything. You are not know Alexander Clement. Hey, man, he's so gay. See, tiny young man now pull later somewhere and say that here. His physical morphology cannot tell you that he is a leader. I'm not talking about what he does. See, sometimes your physical morphology, give you a clear picture of the leadership skill and style, and you represent. That's how it is. When you get one with leg plate on, a gay man, you go tell that one, made that man to be who? Gay man that has lived his entire life out of this country for more than 36 years. He understands nothing about what the people have been faced with, the constraints the people have been faced with. When did this gay Alexander Clement get to know that he needs to be paying people to go and protest? When he could not uphold, defend this country as to maintain his citizenship. He denounced the citizenship of this country and lived out of this country for 36 years. Just come and then you say you made a change. What kind of change? You know the change you make a made? The gay change. You make a made the gay business to be strong because he has received money from the gay groups in the world. And so he has promised to people that Liberia will be one of the countries that will sign on to the gay law. So we will legalize gay activities. When a man see you on the street, he likes your business, he walk up to you and tell you that, hey, I like your business, we can do this, we can do that. And
we will drag Musa Belete to court. Not the death court, not the civil law court. We will drag Musa Belete to the criminal court. We will criminally prosecute. Musa Belete can win the election in Nima County all he wants, that his business. Because you know how he intends to win? He will truck thousands of people to Nimba to try to win the election. His strategy is he wants to win to become representative so that Musa Belete, he thinks that it will protect him from prosecution. He thinks that when he wins in Nimba through hope and crook, that he, by hope or crook, that he will try to become speaker and then he will have political leverage that not president.
Before I end, and that's to you, Stanton. I told you before, you want to push this narrative of Cummings' attachment to war because you're trying to tie Louis Brown to war, only because Cummings has exposed your candidate George Weah of supporting model with not just financial support, but logistical support. So you want to tie the narrative about we not sure Cummings was tied to war, knowing very well that your friend Akara Gray has been pushing the propaganda about Cummings giving Ellen the $10,000 that she gave to NPFL. So you want to set the basis for that to come out talking about there's been reports coming up when I show Stanton. That's not going to fly. This may be your platform. This may be your show. But I told you before that the next time you put me in the back for something that every single person does on this show, including Kev and including Eugene tonight to Mr. Brown, that you've not put any of them in the back for, will be the last time I'll be on the show. I wasn't joking. That disrespect will have to end. There has to be mutual respect between you, this platform, and us as panelists. Yes, we may interrupt sometimes, as everyone does, but if you put him in the back, put all these other men in the back too. Unfortunately, that didn't happen tonight, and I take exception to that. So you guys have a good show, and I'll see you another time.
Thank you very much for coming. Mr. Brown, let me address something. If you choose to answer Mariah's question.
If I choose, yes, I will answer her question.
Therefore, let me just address something. I think Mariah, sometimes she over her head. This is a platform that we built, and I think sometimes you should show respect. We set up rules and regulations on the platform that when you interrupt and you have been warned, we'll put you in the back. This spoon talk is built for everyone to come on and make their case. But I would accept no rudeness, not from Mariah and not from anyone. I respect everyone, male, female, young and old, and we joke. Mariah's attitude was rudeness. I took exception to it, and as a CEO on this network, I would not encourage it. The same way other political parties want to be heard, we all have to speak. If anyone accuse Mr. Cummings, we make the correction. She's not the only surrogate for Mr. Cummings. She's not the only one there to defend and protect Mr. Cummings. And I think the mistake she is making, she is treading a very dangerous path. Folks from ANC, they didn't like it, they don't like it. Folks from opposition to ANC, they don't like it. She needs to stop. And as bright as she is, very, very intelligent somewhat, I think you guys need to advise her that she will serve Mr. Cummings well if she just compose herself. I won't come here to disrespect Dr. Richardson. Dr. Richardson, wait.
When reason in Liberia, Monrovia is Molly. Yes. Today, if you go to Monrovia, it's like Miami. When reason in Liberia, Monrovia is Molly. Yes. Today, if you go to Monrovia, it's like Miami.
Talk about the president said, Liberia is like, Monrovia is like Miami, you know, and people are blowing some of the things out of proportion. But I thought that, look, for example, Judas, if I said Monrovia is like Miami, okay, this is simile. I don't know which school people went to.
No, it isn't.
It's a simile.
No, it isn't.
Why is not?
It is not similar because it is a figure of speech that will compare things that are dissimilar. And Monrovia and Miami are not dissimilar.
Why?
They are two cities. So those figures of speech will actually compare something of different quality with something of another quality.
Julius, let me read what a figurative, let me read what a simile is. You know, I came prepared today to just trash that.
Yeah, but myself also prepared to...
Now, a figure of speech involving the comparison of one thing with another thing of a different kind, okay?
Of a different
This thing, hold on.
Yeah.
Used to make a description more emphatic or vivid. Okay? What does that mean? Miami is in the United States of America.
But
no, excuse me. Miami is in the United States of America. Okay? Liberia, Monrovia is here on this end. Okay? Miami is not the capital city of the United States of America. Let's get the emphatically clear. Okay? So, when you talk about the similarity, we're not discussing capitals of the United States of America to Monrovia, okay, Liberia. Those are two things. So we bring in a dissimilarity, but with some comparison. And what are the comparisons? Not going into
figure of speech comparing two unlike things that is often introduced by like or as, right?
No,
that's simile.
No.
So for
Judas, I will allow you to learn. When you finish, then I will answer. I will allow it.
For example, she's as fierce as a tiger. In this case, she is a human being. Tiger is not a human being. Those are things of different qualities. They are dissimilar. But you comparing it. In this case, Monrovia is a city. Miami is a city.
Excuse me.
So it cannot be similar.
Excuse me. Let me say this to you, James. When the president says Miami, Liberia is like Miami, there are dissimilarities maybe with skyscrapers, for example. I taught literature for many years. I'm a student of literature. Make no mistake on that.
I'm not sure you will positively agree.
No.
Who would
compare
two cities?
Hold on. Excuse me. Those are two different capitals, two different things, two different cities, two different geographic locations.
There's no white chicken sitting in our legislature for someone to come and say that I white chicken, I rooster here. You know, we gotta be real. You receive money to spend on the people, you gotta spend the money. And I want to be direct. Senator Dillon should spend the money on the people when he receive it. He made a commitment of $5,000 every month. There's no white chicken sitting in our legislature for someone to come and say that I white chicken, I rooster here. You know, we gotta be real. You receive money to spend on the people, you gotta spend the money. And I want to be direct. Senator Dillon should spend the money on the people when he receive it. He made a commitment of $5,000 every month to Montserrat County.
Our friends in the media, I called you basically to send a message directly to the Elections Commission. I'm calling on the Elections Commission to put an immediate halt to the update process. To put an immediate halt to the ongoing voter update process. From what we are seeing, evidence in our possession or on social media or in the public or in the media already, it is sufficient reason for the Elections Commission to immediately halt the ongoing voter update process, because it is a false start, it is fraudulent, it is flawed and already frauded. And it's already been done. The process.
What was it like? What was the last thing you people ever talked about before or demise?
The very first thing there is that the last time I talked to my wife was on the scene Thursday, the 1st of October. I called my wife 1 minute after 8 to check on the children, and she said they were okay. And she told me.
People live in different places.
Yes, because of the distance, you know, I live all the way, we built our house all the way behind Motor Corner. So the distance there, you know, she's the only person now sustaining the family.
Wow.
So with the new promotion as a manager for tax services, so she have to be punctual on the job. So there was an agreement that my wife would spend the time in West Point over the weekend. By Friday, she take the case
back to you to
Broadville, spend the weekend.
You live in Broadville?
Yeah, I live in Broadville.
Okay.
So usually I call my wife in the morning to find out how she coming on. So she told me she was doing good, the children were doing good. Friday, 1 minute after 8. Then she told me that, oh, I'm getting ready now to go to work. But there was an arrangement between my wife and her dad that the dad was to use her Jeep by 11 a.m. on Thursday. On Thursday, the 1st of October. So my wife left the house by Sunday at 8:30 to go to work. So the dad started calling, but they see 11 p.m. the arrangement between my wife and her dad.
On the Thursday?
On the Thursday to use the Jeep to go to Magibi. They called our phone earnestly, there was no response. And you know, whenever my wife, when she's in a meeting, when you call, she either on the low tone, she will say, okay, I will call you back, or she sent a text message. So that was that strange to the family. So I received a call from my sister-in-law by 7 p.m. She said, oh, but we have been calling your wife since this morning. There have been no response. So immediately, I chartered a motorboat from all the way inside motor corner at the same time, dialing the number. I got to West Point. By 9, chartered a taxi. We went to Central. We went to the charge of quarter.
Why did you go to Central?
Because it was that strange. From in the morning, my wife went to work and been calling her 2 phones. They have been ringing. There have been no response. So we went to the police station, reported the case to the charge of quarter. They took us to the traffic division to find out whether there were any accident. That they are talking about 9 p.m. now. Whether there were any accident. They did all of their checks and things. They said there was no accident. So the police advised that we check the hospitals. We proceeded to JFK. We went to the emergency ward. They checked the log. There were no gifty aspirant. They took us to the wards to check. We checked all that. We could not find. Then we went to Catholic. We went to almost all of the hospital. So we decided coming home because normally we have our prayer, our morning division, devotion and night division. So we decided praying as family. But 2 a.m. in the morning, my sister-in-law.
Friday morning, that is.
Yes, Friday morning. By 2 a.m. in the morning, my sister-in-law by the name of Christina Asma died the number on a private. Her phone now died my wife Lone Star number on a private. A gentleman answered the phone. He said hello, but he did not cut the phone off. And you know, understanding this. So my sister-in-law was monitoring. Then you could hear the guy knocking a door. Then you could hear them say, "Who's that?" Then he said, "That means Supreme."
Who is the Supreme now? The guy who answered the phone.
The guy who answered the phone said, "That's me Supreme." You understanding it? So you could see they open the door. Then you see the guy waiting. My sister, we were still monitoring the phone. You could hear, you know, some noise in the background saying, "Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way." Later, the guy noticed that the phone was on. The guy cut the phone. He switched the phone off. So we started praying. So by 3, they dialed her second number. The second number, the person answered. So when we dialed the number, the guy said, so we asked the guy, well, can we talk to the person? He said, no, the person is okay. You will see your sister in the car in the morning. Then the guy will switch the phone off. But when I call, the guy would not answer because my wife phone is still there, my husband. The guy would not answer. But Timbers, if I text my wife's second number to you, and when you dial the number after 30 minutes, you know, second, when you switch your phone on, a message can come and tell you that the call is on.
Yeah.
So if I text my wife's second number to you when you call, the guy will tell you the same thing. You will find her in the morning in the car. The guy will switch your phone off. So after that, only in the morning, so I decided about 4 a.m., I like just say 3:30, I chartered another taxi to go check around. Because the way the guy was talking, she's in the car. So we decided going around Monrovia, the Broad Street, opposite Cathedral where the body was discovered. We passed all there.
And the car wasn't there?
No car was there. It was just, no car was there. We went all over, you thinking about Lakpasi, the Zoom, all over, we want to go search. So, you know, Moses Carter happened to be a friend of mine.
Okay.
Okay, so I called Moses Carter to explain the situation to him. And he told me, he said, oh, Lama, you just continue to check. Only in the morning by 6, I received a call. Moses said, oh, I just got information from the Liberian National Police that they informed.
Moses Carter now?
Yeah.
He called you?
Yeah, he called me. He said, oh, Lama, the police just informed me there's a Jeep on Broad Street and a female body is in the Jeep. Timas, I was that confused. It was good that I was not the one driving. The driver we got. Before we got there, the Commissioner General LR were there. Simose were there on the scene. Then the police denied us of seeing my wife body. The father and all pleaded with the Liberia National Police. They denied us of seeing my wife's body. They drove the body, they carried the body to JFK. The 2 cars, my wife's car, along with Mr. Peter's car. They carried the body to JFK. We got to JFK. they also deny us of seeing my wife's body. From there, they took the body, they carried the body to Simose. But the only thing we sound a caveat that Simose, because JFK were complaining that when they keep the body there, the system, the lack of electricity, so the body, will decompose. So we all agree with the LRA group, they took the body that they should just preserve the body. There should be no embalming until an autopsy can be conducted. Okay. The next day on Saturday, they call us to Central. We did all of our statement. All what I explaining to you, all is captured in our statement to Central. We did all of the statement. Then, on Monday, they called me, they said they wanted the driver number, all of this stuff. I went to Central. When I went to Central, the police informed me they want to search my wife's car, the 2 vehicles. Mr. Peter found
where the bodies were.
No, yeah, because the body, they put the body, those who killed the murder of my wife and Mr. Peter, placed the body in Mr. Peter's car.
And where was your wife's car by then?
The 2 cars were on Broad Street in line. And you understand?
One after another.
Yes. And you understand it? So when we got to Central, the issue they're talking about, wanted to know the driver, to provide other information as who were the driver, the identification, the telephone number, all of this stuff. The police informed me we should go to search the vehicle. Mr. Peter's family were not in the know. So luckily for me, I had Mrs. Peter's number. I dialed Mrs. Peter's number and I told her, I said, Mrs. Peter, are you aware that the police are about to search your car? She said, Lama, tell them nobody touch my husband's car until I can get somebody there. She sent somebody in the police key. They opened the car, they searched my wife's car, all of our belongings and things. What was in the car? They took down notes. I even provided money for them to even photocopy, to give me copy to the police. Then we went to Mr. Peter's car. In Mr. Peter's car now, when they opened Mr. Peter's car, what the body was, my wife's shoes were in Mr. Peter's car. The shoes that were in are from West Point. I served a commissioner in West Point before becoming a development superintendent. I know that when you go on the beach, when you take somebody on the beach or somebody go on the beach and do something on the beach, you know that. So I raised the issue of the police. I said, but officer, why is Sam doing on my wife's shoe? You know the justification the policeman gave me?
No.
When we took the body to JFK, it was that difficult to remove the body in the car. Those who came to remove the body in the car, they're the one who was stepping on the shoe on the seat. I said, oh man, the entire JFK fan, a concrete pavement. So where's Sam coming from?
So sand was on your wife's shoes?
Sand were all on the shoes.
I mean, ordinary sand or beach sand?
I said beach sand. I'm from West Point. I know beach sand. I know ordinary sand. And the entire JFK, you go to JFK, you said no JFK, a concrete pavement. Yeah. So where's sand coming from? People who can take bottle from on car, from in the car, I mean. Where's sand coming from to be all on my wife's shoes? Soak, the sand soak on the shoe. Then the officer telling me that the people who can take the body from there.
Mr. Lama, before you continue, I mean, let's understand one thing about this section of the car.
Yeah.
The bodies were in Mr. Peter's car.
Yes.
The police entered the car, drove the car from Broad Street.
Okay, let me just come into that. The very first thing, I'm an old security personnel. The police, first of all, if you listen to the police director, he said admitted that the crime scene was contaminated because they drove the car. So as a 3 officer, the very first thing was to bring a tow truck to take the 2 cars. But they drove the car the body were in, along with my wife's car, they drove it to carry. So that alone, they said admitted that the issue of the crime scene.
So my concern here is that how would they drive the car from the scene to GFK and then come back to city inspecting the car when they had already entered the car?
Fine. I think that question they need to answer. The police need to answer that question. You see, this is why the family will continue to say we don't trust the process. We met the Justice Minister on Friday. You understand it? And Mrs. Peter, we were there. We told the Justice Minister that Mr. Minister, as family, we do understand. Let me just say something here. The outcome of this investigation as it relates to the so-called autopsy that they are performing, we know that because all of our interaction with the police, they have one preconceived notion that the people there's just my wife or extramarital affair. And let me just say here clear for the record. I know my wife good. I can put my life on the line for my wife. And let me just say, the individual Mr. Peter also I can put my life on the line. Mr. Peter is like a father to my wife and I. These are people with high integrity. I think you saw on the U.S. government website. Yeah. The very first opportunity my woman had to go to America, she was student in St. Mary's. The 4 students went, 3 escaped in 2014, and my wife came back. The records is there at the U.S. Embassy. When you go there, they always call my wife as a motivational speaker. Timas, we are telling you, somebody who graduated with 3.77 in economics, who does the economic department at Stella Maris. She was recommended by the administration of Stella Maris. And Frida Thomas saw the girl grade. We're talking about somebody who's scoring A in econometry. And even in her Christian life, she's a deaconess in the Church of Pentecost. At the same time, she's an auditor of Church of Pentecost with the Republic of Liberia. So the issue, this is a girl who born in West Point. Even the American embassy, when they noticed that she was born in West Point, they didn't believe. Because you know the many questions people have been asking, can any good thing come from West Point?
Come from West Point. We all from West Point.
We all from West Point. We became development superintendent from West Point. Then this girl, with high integrity, trying to erase that negative notion people have from West Point, they murder her that in Kobe.
Let's move forward because this information that a lot of people know. Today is the day of the autopsy. I think the president of Liberia also is invited.
To be there.
People are invited.
Council.
What is your reaction to that? They want to conduct a transparent autopsy, and with your presence.
But the very first thing that we continue to say as family, the process will not be transparent.
Why?
One, the issue there is clear. The pathologists that you are talking about, these are people who are paid by government. They work for government. You listen to the information minister. I don't know what are the information. There's like the information. I don't know. The information minister is like he told something stronger than what he took. Your first interview you granted on BBC. You see the people were not auditors; they were professional. The very first thing, do the information? Does it understand the working of LRA? Who was Mr. Peter? Assistant Commissioner for Audit. My wife, before even becoming, she was research analyst assistant at LRA. He knows the working. My wife, he knows the working of LRA. To just come, what do you say about the IAA? What do you say about the other auditor who died on the SKD Boulevard? Then an information. So with all of these statements, you listen to information minister provided these statements and things.
So you don't think the autopsy will be transparent and
it's a kangaroo process.
What are they trying to hide? Why would they profit the government? The government is not part of that. We have no facts to the story to the death of these guys that were masterminded by government.
But let me just say here, you see, the thing is that when you're talking about the very first thing is that T-Max, let's see something here. Since the gruesome murder of my wife and other professional colleagues, the government have not come up with any statement condemning. I challenge anybody in the government to say, from the executive mansion, the Ministry of Justice, even the LRA they work for, they didn't come and tell you, say, they have come up with any statement condemning the gruesome murder of these people. Nothing of that.
Let's talk about the pathologist. You don't have confidence in
I don't have confidence in the entire process.
Did the government afford you the opportunity to select a pathologist that you were going to be comfortable with?
The very first thing there is that we were coerced by the government. Through the Ministry of Justice. Because, first of all, we talk about an independent person. You know what they told us? They told us that the government cannot provide any independent pathology. They said, we, the family, we should shoulder the cost if we want an independent person. That was the first intimidation.
That's what they said.
That's what they said at the Ministry of Justice.
But we've seen instances where the government has given families the opportunity to bring an independent person and they shoulder the cost.
They said, no, I will give you Mrs. Peter number, you call Mrs. Peter and even find out from Mrs. Peter. What I'm seeing here.
They said if you want another option,
yes,
you got to afford the bill.
We have to afford the bill. You talking about my wife just celebrated her 30th birthday on July 4th. Left 2 children behind. You know, my 5-year-old daughter was telling me yesterday that, Daddy, you lied to me, criminal killed my mom. Why do I tell my 2-year-old son? They have made my children to be motherless. Other children have become fatherless. You understand that? But Timas want you to know God is a just God.
Let's look at the items that were. So what were the items found in the car?
Fine. The very first thing there is that what were the items found in the cars? What were the items found in the cars?
And where are the items?
They still will be Liberian National Police. Let me just come to the issue of what they call me for again on the issue of the phone. Because there are rumors circulating that we, the family, the police turn over our beloved ones, the properties. That information is false, and that information is from the belly of the devil. They call me, place the phone among phones. That I should identify my wife.
Place your wife phone among phones.
Yes.
Okay.
I should identify my wife phone. And when I just pick my wife our phone, the phone stay with the police. Mr. Peter too was represented by one of his family members who went to identify his phones and his laptops. It's still with the police. So all of these things that we identified, the only thing we did that day, from the car, when they searched the car, her personal belongings that were there, I provided money. Because they said they never have photocopy in the central. I provided money, they went to photocopy because I needed a copy. Even the man who sent the man did it more than 2 hours. It was the day that the corridor were going to Simose to do their own examination on the body. It took us 2 hours before that man brought it. I even took it from inside when I photocopy myself before we could get copy of the items that were found in my wife's car. And another thing they do, they went to us from the Ministry of Justice after we all agreed previously on the issue of the autopsy, that they did the COVID test. And we were informed that they were going to send the result of the COVID test to we, the family, up to date.
COVID test on what?
The two bodies. The two bodies.
Why?
Did they do the test at all?
According to them, they did a test.
What was the result?
The result.
I told you that people were following me and they threatened to kill me. Since that time, it has continued every day. There are 2 cars. One is black and one is gray. Those cars follow me every day. Fortunately for me, I don't go out in the night because I ain't got nothing to do in the night. Especially yesterday. Yesterday, I went to visit my daughter. I saw the 2 cars, and somebody gave me the info, said, check in your view mirror, the 2 cars following you. When I looked in the view mirror, I saw the car. The gray one was closer to my tail. And so I gave the signal and I parked up the road. It passed me, and it stopped. I passed by it, and I stopped, and 2 of us stopped. The car was not moving. Then the black one came from behind us and passed. So I said, look, I gotta go where I gotta go. I went to my daughter's place, spent some time there, and I was coming back. I was coming back, the 2 cars followed me. The guy who was with me in the car, I told him, I said, watch the 2 cars behind me. I'm getting off the road. When I got off the road, they passed and they parked. I told guys, I said, I told this into the CDC government. They have been denying it. Now these guys are up to kill me. Justice been happening to everybody. People asking me, why don't you leave the country? I'm not going to go anywhere. You want to kill me? Go ahead and kill me. I'm not going to run. But I want to let you know that I know what is going on. I informed the international community. Everybody is in the know of what's happening to me. Yesterday, a white paper marked CDC, tinted. It went to my house, thinking that I was there. That was sometime in the morning. It went to my house and parked right by my gate. Must have stayed there for over 30 minutes. White CDC pickup. It left. It went to the community with the pretense that it was looking for somebody. Immediately, I called all my friends in the CDC government, the senators, the representatives. One of them told me, Tima, let me check it out. Let me check it out. I will let you know. Up to today, he stayed checking it out. I sent the calls to the message called the message to the police director. I sent to my friend Musa Din. I sent to all the senators, the one I know, the ministers I know, and I sent to all the members of the international community again. CDC is after my life. I am not going to run. If somebody thinks that he's after my life, I will run. I will not run. Go ahead and kill me. But I can tell you, history has taught us these hard lessons. Samuel Canyon do ran behind people. You got to tell me where it is, so I will tell them good morning. Charles Taylor came and intimidated people, and where Gange is going, you haven't known, you know. I will not run. It is not my style to run. I give my life to you. Go ahead and execute what your plans are. Let those cars continue to follow me. But I tell you, people are watching you as well. If you think you're chasing me out of Liberia, it will not happen. What could happen, I will stay here and you can accomplish your aim. I wrote the President of Liberia. I wrote the Council of Churches. I wrote the EU. I wrote the United States government. They have that information. So I'm telling that to you. These guys that follow me are operators of this government. They are seditious. The guy was bold enough to drive that car to my gate. That white pickup mark CDC, no license plate. That was what I sent the message. And I sent the message to the President of Liberia. I sent to everybody that my life is in the hands of seditions and this government. So nobody will think that I'm making that up. I'm not making anything up. That is the habit. They did it to me last year. They had the same meeting. They had the same meeting again yesterday. God knows. I have not done anything to this government. Maybe I've become a victim of what I did for this government 12 years. Maybe that's my payback. But I am not going to go anywhere. The lives of my children, my wife, in everybody's hand. Especially this government. My blood will be on this government's hand. I'm not running away. If somebody suggests that Tima should run away to go somewhere, I'm not going anywhere. So CDC ought not to be in a hurry. I'm here. You want me? Come. I'm here day and night. I'm here. I'm not going to chicken out. I just want to let you know, I know what you are up to.
We are not afraid anymore. Until you wake up, we will fight for you. You keep on sleeping, but the day you will wake up, we will fight for you.
That was the voice of Lucky Tama Dube. You know, friends and followers, you know, I'm so glad to be here at this time. You know, this president, this so-called president, he does not deserve for him to be called president for our country. He does not deserve that at all. You will not believe it that this joker called president, this man have taken $1.5 million. He have gone on a trip for complete 1 month. $1.5 million. The tax people money, the taxpayer money. This guy have collected it and he have just left with a barrage of seditions. This man will remain there until the war call. So we are not talking about just now. That is the reason why I sometimes I caution the military. Sometimes I caution them. Yeah. That this joker will come to collect $1.5 million and just get up and just leave the country. Leaving Kresa Musadi in charge. Kresa Musadi. And some of you guys think that that is okay. But again, this is good for the Liberian people, that the Liberian people are seeing it for themselves. This is good for the Liberian people, that they're seeing this lackadaisical behavior of the president. They are seeing it with their 2 eyes. That the president is joking, and fucking Weah Smith, Because of that, the president cannot even say talk to Weah Smith concerning the corruption allegation that is going on alleges. Our people have been marginalized. But this crazy man you call your president, who have turned to bobo overnight, who have turned to bobo, he only talk to his church. This man only talk to his church, but have refused continuously. This man called your president, he has refused continuously for him to address the Liberian people. And you think that that is okay. You think that that is okay. You think that that is okay. But I don't blame him. I blame the Liberian people. Because I told the Liberian people on this platform, I told the Liberian people I could not sleep. I told the Liberian people that this thing, it will be necessary for you to vote for JMB. That this man, and you yourself, you listen to him. He said he never did nothing for the Liberian people, and you guys elected him. You guys restore his hope. You guys restore George Weah hope. You guys restore George Weah hope. The man lavished his money. He lavished his money. King Weah no time that the first president that I have seen, the first president that I have seen, that in no time that the man, in less than 3 months, the man break down his home. In less than 3 months. When the man was senator, when this joker, when this foolish guy was senator, he could not buy his own car at the time when he was first elected. He have to use Edwin Mervin's car. That is a man that people saying that he had 85 million. That the man could not buy a car for himself. He could not buy a car for himself. That this man could not buy a car for himself. He have to use Edwin Mervin's car. And then you guys are saying that, yeah, that man had 85 million. That he could not build his home. That this man could not build his home. That he have to become president first to go demolish his home. And then Liberian people saying that they are okay with that. They are okay with that. But I am saying it, and I'm saying it emphatically clear. I blame the military. I blame the military. I blame the military. That the military is sitting down there. They are sitting down there. They are looking at how this crook is treating the military themselves. How this crook is treating the military. How this thief is behaving towards the Liberian people. And then the military cannot take no actions. I blame them. I blame the military. I blame the military. Because the military is supposed to be there to protect the people. When the president is so corrupt, and all of his ministers are corrupt, since this man took over as president, he has not carried on a reshuffle, not one day. Everybody is complacent. Why must Weah Smith know about legis? Why he know about census? Why he know about census? I don't blame Weah Smith. I don't blame he went to the president to go get an asshole, for the president to fuck an asshole. That's the reason why the man get that later job, and that man is Billy. Because the men, they are thieves. I I'm on my face so that you guys can see my real face. But I don't blame them. I blame the military. But now, Josh Weah could have been singing different song. But now, Josh Weah could have been singing different song. But now, I blame Prince. I blame Prince. I blame Prince. I blame him. Because the matter is that to protect life and property. When you see the president stealing like that, the matter is to check the president. But in our own country, in our own time, everything are yes, sir. Everything are yes, sir. Whether the man fucking your butt, whether the man fucking your asshole, that yes, sir. But I don't blame them at all. I don't blame Josh Weah for taking $1.5 million to go marry me. I don't blame. This is a guy who was broke. This is a guy who was broke. To the extent only 20,000 now the Josh Weah had in his account. Only 20,000. Only 20,000. Only 20,000. I don't blame him. I blame the Liberian people. I blame the Liberian people because I told them that this guy is dying. This guy is dying and waiting for less support from the Liberian people. And the Liberian people gave him less support. And the Liberian people gave him less support. The man was in the House of Senate. The man was complete bobo. In the House of Senate, the guy was complete bobo. The guy was complete bobo in the House of Senate. And then the guy had been elected as president besides the inaugural speech. Since that time, Josh Weah have never talking to the Liberian people. All he can do to go to a fucking club church, to go to preach. This is the guy who told the Liberian people that there is rice on the market. That there is rice. And the Liberian people could not see. The power is in the hands of the Liberian people. If the Liberian people say we don't want Josh Weah today, Josh Weah cannot spend 1 hour into that executive mansion. He will be removed. Why we have to wait for elections? Why we have to wait for elections? Why? Why we have to wait for elections? Since there is damn too much. 6 years is damn just too much. Why we have to wait for 6 years to come and pass before we have an election to tell that idiot that we don't want him? To tell the fool, this fool, to tell him that we don't want him, we need to wait for elections? When the Constitution already gave her the power. The Constitution gave the Liberian people the power. At any point in time, we can get on the street to call for your resignations. But the Liberian people, we think, we are very, very hard to learn, but got to forget. 2023 coming again. 2023 coming again. 2023 coming. I hope the Liberian people will open their eyes. I hope they will open their eyes. I hope the Liberian people will open their eyes. Because any attempt, fire will blaze. Any attempt, bull will shake. Any attempt, bull will shake. I can assure them that. Any attempt to play with the election result, Bush will shake. And don't ask me where you coming from, where your support. Don't ask me for that. All I'm saying, if the election is not free and fair, Bush will shake. Let's go to the phone line and take some calls. Keep your call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 215-266-6509. That is the number to call to be part of the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show. Foolishness. We need to conscientize the men and women back home. We need to conscientize the men and women back home. If you are here and you know that your family is depending on you, we need to conscientize our brothers and sisters back home. We need to do that. That it is time for this idiot called your president, for him to be removed. Carter, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, hey, my name is Albert Johnson. I'm calling from Westchester.
Albert, go ahead.
You know, our country is in a mess.
Serious mess.
We have to pray. You know, we that saw this thing coming 2017.
Oh, okay.
We predicted it would told our people not to vote for this man.
Oh, okay.
But they did not listen. See where we are. And you know the disgraceful part about it is that you go outside begging people for help, for funds, and you are misusing the one that you already have. So how you think somebody is going to give you?
But do you think
you cannot manage the one that you have wisely?
But who the investor you now see coming into our country? Who's the company send this guy?
Since this man took over, things has become difficult. All the investors that were there, the companies that were there, they packed and left.
Oh.
They packed and left because of the way they were treated by George Weah and his men. They were imposing taxes on the people, coming to them, suppressing them to get money from them.
Oh, okay.
Because they were not making business, so they left. You have people that cannot even take pay, that cannot send their children to school, pay their children's school fees. Some people, they will wake up early in the morning thinking what they will eat. And then you're taking $1.5 million to come and see your son play football.
In Qatar.
That's so disgraceful. It's sad. It's very sad. We have to pray. We have to work harder. We have to talk to our brothers and sisters, our mothers back home. 2023, we should vote this on serious president out.
The man is on serious. The man is on serious to the extent that this man will take the country money. He will take the country money to go to Qatar. He lying that he is going to Tunisia so he can be able to delay. So that this man, but I don't blame this guy. I just blame the military. I just blame the military, my brother.
Another sad part about it is that when he returned home, right, they will truck stupid seditions. They will truck them to go and welcome him after merrymaking, misusing
the taxpayer money.
Yeah, they will welcome him. They will be sinking political slogans as if they benefited from the funds because they have given them some $10 or $20 to go and welcome him. It is sad. It's sad. We need to work hard. We need to work harder to get this man out. We need to do that. Thank you, AB, for having me on your show.
Thank you. Thank you. Keep your call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 215 266-6509. Look! And then the national legislature, they are there like toothless bulldog. The national legislature, the House of Senate, and the House of Representatives, instead of them being able to seek the interests of the Liberian people, they are whining and dining with this corrupt guy. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Frank Gessing, how you doing?
I'm okay, man. How's everything?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to thank the government of Liberia for doing what they are doing for the last five years.
What they are doing? What they are doing?
The new currency.
What they are doing?
But listen to me now. I will tell you what they're doing now. The free tuition at the University of Liberia, the digitalization at the University of Liberia, the market structures, the WAS fees, the new military hospital. And I want to urge the Liberian people to vote for President Weah.
You still calling that military hospital a new military hospital? Are you freaking kidding me? You still calling that military hospital what was dedicated years ago? That to the extent that your country, man. Go help us.
Thank you. The new hospital in Bapolu. So I want to urge the Liberian people to give President Weah another 6 years. You know, President Weah is one of the best presidents in Liberia I've ever had. We have kept the peace. The global situation is very difficult everywhere around the world. Even the United States people are crying every day because prices are high. Prices are high. Even in France, things are difficult. In the UK, in Germany, in those China, in India, those powerful countries, people are crying on a daily basis. When you look at Ghana, the inflation rate is about 45%. The Ghana cedi has lost its value. Thank God to President Weah and Samuel Tuer. They are holding our currency. Our currency has high value now. People can get the currencies, the money in the street, the new money, the $10 and the $5 will soon be hitting on the street between next year and next month, pardon. So I want to all the Liberian people, vote against President Weah. He's one of the best presidents. He will give you what you want. So I just want to thank them. I just want to encourage everybody. I will be going back to Liberia by March, and I will be there until elections. We'll be campaigning everywhere. I will make sure to go to villages, to my county and other counties to make sure to see President Weah get another system.
Frank Gessing, when are you open your radio talk show so that you can be talking? Because many of our followers saying that I should not be taking your call. Why not you do that? Why not you do that to see? I'm coming. Why not you do that so that you can be blowing your idiot presidents? Your president why not address the Liberian people? Your president why not since he took power, who had not addressed the Liberian populations?
No, that's not true. That's not true. The president has spoken a lot of time. The president speaks every time.
Okay, bye.
So tell those people who say
bye. I will tell you bye because and Frank Gessing, I will not take you here no more. I will not take Frank Gessing here no more. Except when my co-host Francis, because Francis have your number. Except when Francis take you. But for me, I'm done with Frank Gessing. I'm done with you because you're looking at the reality. You're looking at the facts. You're looking at the facts, and then you call it purple. Keep your call coming at 215-824-8124 or 267-215-266. Let me take the other. Man, let me take the WhatsApp line. Caller coming. Let me take another caller here on the WhatsApp line. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling out from? Hello, caller, what is your name and where are you calling out from?
Yeah, this is Samuel. I do join you from UAE.
Samuel, go ahead.
Yeah, my brother, I listened to your show this morning, and and I understanding this morning because every one of us know that Liberia is going through tough time, but you are not discussing the issue. You are like going into an insult. I don't know if that kind of anger is in you. You are just insulting.
My brother, say what you have to say. Don't just forget about my insult because I have laid sufficient ideas. I have laid sufficient reason why you think by the idiot, by the stupid guy taking the Liberian people money, going to go marry Meg, to the worker. You have left the country and you will not return until 1 month, until complete 1 month. You think that is fair to the Liberian people? To go watch your son playing in the worker? You think that is fair to the Liberian people?
No.
You think that is fair to the Liberian people? I'm asking you. You think that is fair to the Liberian people? But there's men taking the taxpayer money, $1.5 million, to go to the worker, to go to watch his son playing for 1 month. The men have gone. You think that is fair?
Going to represent. He is going to represent Liberia.
Why are you talking? What? My man, look. Don't make me angry. Why are you going to represent Liberia? Why are you going to represent Liberia? Wait, hold on a minute. The Qatar that you're talking about, there is no Liberian ambassador in Qatar. There is no Liberian ambassador in Qatar that able to go represent us.
But your president go anywhere he go, he not going.
But why he is going? Why he is going to? What would be the benefit? What would be the return? What would be the return to the country?
The problem there, my brother, I want you to understand that like you are in the diaspora and you're not on ground in Liberia. Why is unfolding and why is going on?
I know what's going on. I know what is going on in Liberia because I have people there. Who can give me information about this government every day. I have people in Liberia who working. Okay.
Yes, if you know why is going on in Liberia is that we all know that the country now is in a critical condition that everyone around the place.
So you agree with me that the country is in critical condition? You agree with me that the country is in critical condition?
Hello. I beg you, please, you talk.
No, I'm asking you, just answer that. You agree with me that the country is in critical conditions?
In critical condition, the way in which the opposition are, politicizing everything.
Man,
that's why.
Okay.
So
you finish?
What I was saying in the sense that I beg you talk, please. What I was saying here is that that because you only show this morning, you are giving some good point. Your point here is you got to convince other people.
I'm not convincing nobody. I'm not convincing nobody. No. The first thing first is that The first thing first is that I'm not come here to convince anybody. If you think that your life is better under the administration, then go ahead to live it. If you think that your life is better under the administrations, go ahead to live your life. If you think your life is better under the administration, the number to call is 215. Hello, Darlington. Hello?
Hello, Abraham?
Yeah, you are live on the Abraka Talk Show, if that's what.
Abraham, let me say this to you for the records. I don't know why you are sounding so surprised at Ambassador Weah. By the way, this president does not surprise me. In 2014, when Mr. Weah was senator of our country, he was the major opposition figure.
Mm-hmm.
This man left the country and escaped the presidential debates gearing up to 2017. And all Liberian people wanted to see was Mr. Weah sitting at, I think, Barcelona and a Chelsea game. It was a UEFA Champions League. And everybody in the video club at the time, I remember, started to scream when the camera picked up Mr. Weah. So Mr. Weah is not doing any, Mr. Weah is only living up to the fulfillment of the Liberian people. This is what we wanted. We have a president. This may come from, footballing background. Look, I read an interview about Timothy Weah and Cham Weah, and they talk about how poor of a father Mr. Weah was in their life. Now that this man is president, for some reason, the fanatics of this president want us to believe that now this man is a good father. He wants to see his son play in the World Cup. It's a great accomplishment that any parent want to see their child play, in the World Cup. But Mr. Weah, you can go for 1 or 2 days, except they are making us to believe that this president is probably going for obvious reasons, personal reasons. Let him tell us, if this president is going for a medical trip, if he is sick, that he will be out of the country for about a month, inform the Liberian people. But we should be grateful to God that he's president for one of the meek, if you made the meekest African country. My brother, Liberian people, that's how we are, let you leave it. You hear somebody telling you on the show that you are now on the ground and the opposition politicize everything. How is that the opposition politicizing everything? It shows that you have a president who is irresponsible, that he would take taxpayers' resources and go away from the country for about 1 month, and nobody sees anything wrong with that. That tells you that there is something fundamentally wrong with us Liberians. So we have an opportunity. The opportunity is that we have shopping carts, we have goods, we have political commodities that will be available on the shelf in 2023. If everything is okay, if you want to redeem Mr. Weah, that is up for you and your children's future. It is the destiny of your children that you are playing with. This man is out of the country for about a month and leaving the country in limbo. Civil servants are yet to take pay for about 3 to 4 months.
I'm telling you.
And everything is okay. One Mr. Weah can get his $1.5 million and go and chill with his friends in Qatar and go to Paris and probably come down in New York and take some pictures. That's everything. That's all that matters. So, Abraham, I follow the show. I think you're doing very well. You may be harsh, but this president does not surprise me. So, I'm just here. I think 1 month is very small. I think you guys should be more flexible with Mr. President. The man needs about 2 to 3 months, and we should probably give him about, $5 million to spend. I think it's important. He's doing so well for our country, and like somebody said, he's going to represent. So Liberia now must be represented at the World Cup. How does that put food on our people's table? Liberia represented at the World Cup? How does that sound?
Tell me about it again. Tell me about it.
we got to be joking. You see, this guy, this Lazarus guy from somewhere there from Eastern Africa. Look at how these serious presidents have attracted serious resources to their country. Look at what the guy who was just he took office in Kenya, hitting the ground running there. Former Vice President Ruto, now President Ruto of Kenya. See what these brothers are doing. Look at Ghana, and Nana Akufo-Addo. How engaging these guys are with their international partners. You have a country where
look at Mother Bio.
To another. It is just so sad. The problem with us, Abraham, is that not that the leaders are the worst. It is the problem with us Liberian people. We don't hold our leaders accountable.
Thank you.
If you make John Brown president, okay, he misbehaves, we will wait for an election, we change it. No, in other countries, there are citizen intervention. The people come out to protest the government of the day. Mass citizen action. But again,
thank you.
I think we deserve 2-3 months on break. He needs to go on a vacation, get a yacht, and go and enjoy himself like Mr. Todman.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kora, how you doing?
Yeah, AB.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
Yes, thank you. Can you allow me briefly? I just want to make my little contribution from Australia.
Yeah, make a contribution.
Yeah, AB, you see, our people, for me, if I have my will now, let the military take over for 6 months.
Okay.
Because this guy is damaging our country.
Damaging the country beyond repair.
Yes. There is no serious leader that will abandon his people and leave for 45 days 1 month, 15 days, or even any explanation to the people. What the reason? All the way Qatar suspend almost, I think, 19 African countries. They are spectator not to go for that World Cup. That's why they do it 30 days. And then Weah manure and carry it on a group like they are people. Look, it's so sad.
It's so sad.
Taking our country money. They got taking our country money, abusing our. Look, man, I don't know why our Liberian people like this. How will you love somebody? If my mom was living, I can't love my mother like that. This guy he was a millionaire, 97 million. And the Gibraltar people, I don't know what's wrong with them. The Grand Crew that he were dancing, for them to cover them. What this guy went to there and did for those people? Eh? What I'm talking about is a village. If people village, okay, the Gibraltar he was living, what he did with all that money, because most of them they went on refugee status. Some of them they don't get time back. They don't send money to their people. So some of us say, look, our people have rise up for money being in our country. Anybody call you Liberia, and then this man is just damaging our country. He's just going from place to place. He don't have no control over our country. Look, if I have my will, Abraham,
I say let the military take over. Let the military take over.
Yes. What happened in Mali? What happened in Burkina Faso?
What happened in
Guinea? Happened in Guinea? Let it happen there. Let the man sit down. He ain't a Jamaican woman. Because the process to every successful man is the woman. But when they got hired 90-something million, what the woman, what the industry, what the business say they had, and what happened to them?
No, the woman was selling cocoa in her apartment. The woman was selling cocoa in her apartment, Mahadi.
You see, this guy gambled all his money online. He put all in women business. He made news all them. Then Liberian look, let me tell you something. Up to now, I'm prepared for me and somebody, even you in Alaska, me and you to chat for you to online. What state? What the guy he loved the country? What he had done to convince them? They were just CDC. What? They may have money. Look at Abile Pelidem over there. Look at the investment. Look at Anthony Yebwa. Those people never reached and Joe Weah a finger tail the money where they are from. They play for their left football. But see the investment those people did. See the amount of people they employ. Look at Didier Drogba. He built $5 million hospital and gave it to the village, the people free. Look at Motombo, the NBA basketballer from Congo DR. He built 75 bedroom hospital. He donated.
Look at Sadio Mane. Look at Sadio Mane.
Yeah. Sadio Mane, that Peking. See, he put people on salary. Look at the schools. But look at Motombo. Jobu Junior made it was on BBC 2004 live when I was in Ghana. Jobu Junior made him honorable citizen of the United States because of the hospital he built. And you Google it, you will see this thing. But our man, he don't do nothing. Then they post he loved. What kind of love the people talking about? I don't know why. And when you ask them, they don't explain nothing. On the profanity language, they will be insulting you. When you say what the man did, they will never show you nothing. They may never went in Oru refugee camp while we were there in Nigeria. They laughed. Ghana refugee camp, he only went there, those that were there for your mother. He never went to Guinea refugee camp. He never went to Senegal refugee. No, what a man like that. I don't know what. But let me tell you something before I conclude.
No, the man admitted it. The man admitted it when he came to the USA. The man admitted it and said he never did nothing for the Liberian poor, and the Liberian poor voted for him. He admitted it.
Yeah, but what the man did? Nothing. You understand? You know, AB, I think the problem that Liberian, look, let me tell you something, AB. Liberia was not the only one that fought civil war. Mozambique, they fought the civil war for almost 20 years. Ethiopia, 38 years. They don't think the way Liberian thing. You know how many people die in Uganda? But the people then, they're out there different from us. It's not a war getting people like that curse on our country. Because the people can say some of them was a criminal. They killed them. Why did people put them Magay there? Then people fighting to put them in parliament after the whole war. A superpower see that Magay is corrupt. And the Liberian people said no, he corrupt. All the way he accumulated today. But I don't know what really wrong with our people. No, let me tell you something. I can guarantee myself. It's not because of the war the people behave like that. It's a big. We need prayer in our country. The religious leader there don't want to pray. They don't want to call fast and pray for them to go. The ATS who the SKDU.
The men are so corrupt. And you talking about the men. That the more corrupt men.
Yeah.
The men are the pastor I see that does not work. That does not work. They continue to be dependent on the offering that the church member they can give.
Yeah, look at Sierra Leone. Even though, look, I saw the road. Getting machine too lean. Get out the road from Nigeria and from how they call it, Lagos, going to Abuja.
Sam, how you doing?
Yo, not bad, AB.
Why?
I enjoyed the last call. Let me tell you, AB. We are present. We are absent. That is sinking. Why are you complaining for? The man Liberia, he can't go to work.
No, complaining because of the matter sort of struck the T a long time. The matter sort of struck the T a long time.
AB, we all heard with what's going on, but trust me, we are becoming president for the red generation, and it's good so we can learn, so we can know the deficiency we get in our country. The last caller said Liberia need prayer. We not need prayer. If I had my will, I would have begged the West. Any aid or donation they give into that country, they should give our teachers. Maybe the level of stupid people in that country,
it's too much.
It's killing that country.
It's too much. The level of stupid people
in Liberia,
it's too much.
In fact, you know what's happening now? We have lower leadership in that country that today that even the beggar on the street that does not know how to pronounce their name wants to go into leadership. Don't blame we are Liberian. Ain't see Woki Dolo?
I'm telling you,
when become representative, she won't be represented. What I want to know about government, baby. Fred Atus from making movie today.
I'm telling you,
he won't run. What he know about government?
They making criminal Natana follow my girl. Criminal Natana follow my girl.
This girl called Karishma and all none of that honorable in the country. What she know about government? The people in Kenya passing law that before you go into the house of rep, you must be a lawyer. The people have set a standard.
Oh, okay.
We sat in Liberia. My first time in history, the leader did not promise or say anything. When rep low, you reduce the rent on the market, so those that they again cannot provide scarcity and this. Maybe when you know the true meaning of educated fools, go Liberia. Only Liberia, you see people spend 15, 20 years and they will support one fool to be their leader. Only in Liberia. Baby, the definition of wicked, the definition of evil, the definition of stupidity is what we have currently in Liberia, this generation.
Oh.
We not need prayer. We need education. You talk about military. Me, I don't even want military. You know what Russia just did to Crimea? I want them to do it to Liberia. Let America annex Liberia or someone at certain country annex Liberia for someone at 20 years. After 20 years, they give it back to us. It be the level of stupidity in our country.
It's too much.
Unimaginable.
It's too much. Look, I cannot believe that people hailing Nathaniel Follow Magget to become that senator.
But at the same time, telling that the stupid that they are talking about when you're talking, they say, oh, the people struggle. That when they're struggling, they put not struggling in other countries. When they're struggling, my brother.
I can't believe Liberia.
I told someone, you know, when you get a child back in Liberia, your parent tell you, don't play under the ring, don't play under the ring. You remember how they used to tell, right? You go and play under the ring, and then you fall sick. Guess what, AB?
The number is
your parent will pay the hospital bill.
Hold on,
who
Sam.
The doctor?
Hold on, Sam.
Who
the number is printed. The number is printed on this live broadcast. The number is printed, and the number is 215-824-8124, or you can call 215-266-6509, or you can call on your WhatsApp number on 215-266-6509. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like I was saying, when you go and play under the ring, AB, when you get sick, and your parent will pay the hospital bill.
Yeah.
But guess who will feed the pain from the illness that you the child? Who will be taking the pills that you the child? Who will be getting the injection that you the child? Not your parents. The people in Liberia, we keep telling them, and the West keep telling them, the bad leaders. They still don't listen. They're going to re-elect them. They will call us. Some of us will got no choice, especially for very key family member. We will get in the 1 or 2 cents, but who will go to bed 5 o'clock? And at the AB?
Yeah.
Who will be living under fear? Nana in Portland that the criminal then can tell the people in the community when to go to bed.
Oh.
6 o'clock, when no man ready, so we're going for our operation, y'all go to bed. 7 o'clock, y'all go to bed ready for our operation. AB, Maryland, the amount of drugs that are entering there, they're not fun. This guy is not depending on tax money. This guy has turned Liberia into a drug station. This is the danger that people are not looking at. AB, listening to the callers yesterday on OKFM when Fagon was speaking, Manasseh time, people were making 150 plus LD, they were complaining. They were insulting her every day. Honor George Weah AB. Some people called yesterday making $45 LD. The Liberian people still sitting. They're waiting for Jesus Christ. Only Liberia God will send Jesus again or another prophet for the second time. Someone was asking what you mean by stupidity. This is the stupidity. If Liberian people had the thing called common sense, they don't need to go to school for that one. When they see Weah and his convoy coming, they would go about doing their normal thing. They would boo him to prove to him that he have disappointed them to the lowest level. But when they see the man coming, AB,
they clapping.
In fact, you know the interesting part?
They clapping.
Our elderly people in that place, our traditional people that you think saw the world that had common sense, AB, they are the West that worship this guy. This guy will talk 500 times, he will not make sense. But you will stay, you know, Sunday, AB, when just yeah, they call we are president, Sunday, I can just feel it. Election just finished today. How people look at this guy, someone that could not manage his life. And they look at this guy, they uphill him, degree holder. Like listen to lesson 10, you call yourself doctor, you teacher. I asked on the show one time on Spoon Show when he was there. I said, if Joe Weah was student, will you be able to give him 90%? If his presidency was a test, could you have give this guy 90% with what he's doing now? But you see, Liberian people, we don't learn. The Congo people or the past governments, they abuse that country. Their children, their family that were in position to talk to them, did not talk to them. Guess what, AB? Today, they can't go back. Today, they can't go back. They can't live in the country. The people that are currently in Weah administration, they think they're paying back. They think it is an opportunity for them to steal. But, newsflash, they are helping to destroy the country that tomorrow they will run away from it, and their children might likely not be able to live there or go back there. Today, where is Sami Dojian? Ain't he running from court to court for justice? Today, where is Nessie Do? She running from court to court for justice. The late Tobo, Totman children, And they just die in the country there carelessly because when their parents were in leadership, they did not make the right decision that would benefit everybody. Let President Weah, Magio, then be dancing Buka, they continue.
Thank you.
My brother, their children might likely face the same fate that Sami Do Jr. then facing today, that the late Tottenham and Tower children faced last year. They were killed carelessly. Their children, let them steal, let them build, like the other people did. Their children will face the same curse. I always say that, AB, anybody that's stealing from that country that causing people to die, no innocent blood will be on their head. Their children will not enjoy that money. And anyone that work in government that has the opportunity to serve and disappoint the people, your family die, anything happen to them, I don't feel for them. They deserve it. Because if you will lay the platform, those things that are happening were not going to happen. The system that you and myself benefiting from today in the West were not created by this generation or the past generation. It was created years back.
Yeah.
But today, some of those people, great-grandchildren, are benefiting from it.
Thank you.
President Weah will benefit from dancing Buka tomorrow. That the system he built. But the drugs that in the country now are creating
the drugs.
Weah and the less of the Weah, the Magios and stuff. Akara's great children, when his daughter go back to Liberia, she will benefit from the Buka tomorrow. Sir GB Joseph order motion carry. His children will benefit from the motion carry tomorrow. Ebi, you see life is fair sometimes. What you put in is what you will get. The bad government the guys are putting in our country, it will develop. And the war Ellen created, all the Nyama, the other past government created, and it developed today, they reaping the soil, robbers selling in Liberia, and all of them running around from place to place.
Thank you.
And they running around, my brother. We are government officials and they will reap this tomorrow. You're still complaining, my brother. President, we are in Liberia. He outside Liberia. They make him go to work. The only unfortunate part of the money he carried at all. But the man say, Ria, hold it, you go play for what? They make him go to work 12 o'clock, you go on 3 o'clock. They may go for 1 month. At least, thank God, maybe we'll get someone signed there behind him that will do something that will help the country, AB. Thanks for the time, my brother.
Thank you. Okara, what is your name and where are you calling out from?
Good morning, sir. I'm P. Jimmy Kufa, calling from Baltimore, Maryland.
Go ahead, Mr. Kufa.
Okay. Thank you, brother. I listened to you. I listened to other those that made their comments. But really, I'm concerned about the brother who said where the pastors, the church people, why they can't pray. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to say, brother? I thank God that the church is silent by now. The reason is that when Tomo Fala and Honorable Dillon were running, the church came out, they baptized Tomo Fala, they anointed him, and whatsoever.
They're criminal, né?
Yeah. If I order he was going to win, but now the church would have been on top of things. Everyone who wants to run, they were going to baptize the person and anoint the person. Blasphemy. So I thank God that God did not, honor what all they were doing. Definitely, I even told one of my pastor friends called Pastor Bobby Sacco from the Fellowship Bible Church in Jacotown. Praising Tomo Fala, you clean the roads and all of these things. Where are the roads now? You come to Pukota on Big Town Road. And all these things, you should go on the top show and make comments on that. You know, all of these things, I don't know. With President Weah, he knows what he's doing. I used to be on the Fifth Street Single on the ACFI church grounds. I used to pass where he have a house. The zinc, I saw one piece of the zinc at that time. Because the salt water either also is shaking. Whenever I pass, I look and I say, whoa, this man that he placed here and so forth. But I learned they said he broke it. I know he broke it down or he renovated it, and everything else. So, and then I have problem with my own man Eugene Fagon. He knows me from the ACFI church ground also. Fagon at times used to be on the radio. Seeing one President George Weah is the most developmental president. He did that, he did that. When time came, now he's criticizing. He's bringing out all those things that happened in the past. The problem here was that He knows that this thing were happening. He did not bring that out. But now we thank God that the Sassi will cut in and bringing everything out.
Thank you.
He exposing them. You
Thank
know.
you.
So yeah. So brother, let's pray that the God will carry that country through, because we are really falling into hot water.
Thank
you very much, and God.
You know, for me, I'm not praying for Liberia to be better. Singapore never pray. The great United States never pray. Hard work is what the people of Singapore did. You Liberians, our brothers and sisters back home, you're like you vote for him for the second time. That's your business. You're like you vote for him for the second time. Because you will be deciding between good and bad, between darkness and light. That's the two things that you'll be deciding between your children's futures and your own future. Because your future has passed. The sex said that this idiot had damaged us. That's your future. Your children's future, that they remain in 6 years. So I'm not praying for Liberian. I'm not praying for Liberian. No, I'm not praying. Gone are the days where I will pray for my Liberia. Gone are those days. I better pray for my family and myself. I better pray for my family and myself. Me pray for Liberia. I'm not praying for Liberia no more. No. Because the people of Singapore, they never pray. The people of the great United States, they never pray. They did hard work. So when you do hard work, you reap at the end. That Liberia, I see pastors are not working. Lazy men of God, they call themselves pastors. They are not working. When you ask them why you are not working, they say, I'm working for God. Laziness, I'm working for God. Then when you put your offering, then they come to collect it to go give it to their wife. They go buy nice clothes. They go buy, instead of them catering to the church, they go buy nice things to wear. Liberia doesn't need prayer. Liberia doesn't need prayer at all. Liberia doesn't need prayer, and I'm saying it again. Liberia doesn't need prayer. That's all I have to say. Hello? Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning, Samuel.
Yeah, I'll call you before, but you turn me off because you feel that I'm not talking. You know the thing you are talking.
And I feel like
so you call me. Other people call the mail about 5 minutes on your land because you feel you know how you behave, brother. This is not what we are discussing.
You were listening.
Not because I talking about agree with you.
You were listening.
You were listening. You ain't follow. I'm not agree with you. That I show you. People can call
listening. You were listening.
Listen to you.
You were listening. There are many opposition people can call on the show. There are many people from the ruling establishment can call on the show.
This morning.
Okay. Pastor Charles Eko, how you doing?
Thank you, brother. I'm very thankful to God. I just wanted to buttress what you said, but I brought you on the prayer. You are 100% right, Eddie. You are 100% right. Liberian need action. That's all we need to fear. We have prayed too much. We get mosques, we get churches, we get pastors, we get bishops, we get pope, we get imams, we get the people that say they fear God. We go to church, we go to the mosque every Friday, we go to the church every Sunday. Friday, 2 people go to church, they have, and Wednesday they have fast and prayer. We have done all. But have we realized to repent to do the right thing is what we need to do the right thing. It's not prayer no more. It's not fasting no more. It's to do the right thing. Right thing is to speak against wrong. The Charles Aku called himself pastor. He steals the church money. It's not Abraham knows Charles Aku should stand for Charles Aku and defend Charles Aku and talk down to the other people that saying the Bible says that should not steal because Charles Aku has stolen the church money, and Abraham knows Charles Aku that Charles Aku friend and Abraham stand on pulpit or platform or show and defend Charles Aku. It is what we need to do is to stand up. We need to stand up when people that Musa ability is a criminal and people supporting Musa ability to say he's a decision maker. We need to stand when Frank Johnson is a killer. Frank Johnson wake up and go to the church and Liberian go sit down on Frank Johnson. We need to fear God and stand up. We need not to buy these wrong. George, we are finished smoking weed, finished killing, finished sleeping with men and women. Then he go on the pulpit, Liberian go and defend him. We need to fear God and do the right thing. We have to condemn wrong. Wrong is what we have to stand up for. Even if we refuse to do it, we will not get a better Liberia. You go, or even you take Joe Biden from here, or you take America from here, and you carry America to Liberia and bring Liberia to America. The Liberia in America will turn to America, and the America to Liberia will turn to will still be Liberia. Joe Biden will be corrupt because you know what? The people will be supporting wrongs in a much they benefiting. In a much they're getting something in their pocket. We do need it. We need to stand up. Pastor, they need to stand up. They call themselves pastor. But here they're stealing money. They're defending wrong in the government. They're defending killers. You not defending killers. Because Charles occupy in the government, his brother there, he's benefiting. Or you take your mouth on the men that the men not do it before, that you want to do it before. We don't fear God. Abraham, you and I will sit on the platform every day. The way you stand up, if every other Liberian stand up, you're going to get a better Liberia.
Thank you.
Should Jovial be president? No. Look at Alexander Cummings. Look at Alexander Cummings want a better change. Abraham. But he in support of all the wrong people, all the evil people. He say he want a better change. And other people, other Liberians, the same thing as well.
Thank you.
We need to repent. Thank you, Papa.
Ukara, what is the name and where are you calling on from?
Yeah, my name is Christian James.
You're coming in very low, so you need to speak out.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm Chris. I'm calling from Panelist, Arizona.
Go ahead, Mr. Chris.
Yeah, I hear one of my brothers saying Liberia do not need prayer. I don't think Liberia do not need prayer. I think the Liberians do not need prayer. The Liberia always need prayer because our Liberians are calling Liberia. And what would be that brother that said Liberia do not need prayer? I don't know how Liberia want to fix the country. That's one of the major things we have to look at here. Like I said, opposition and imposition, they're all Liberians. I don't see people to be, because we are there this one. But the way you want to fix the country, if you don't know how to fix it, you might lead a different direction. Because you have to be able to sense the little that on ground for you to be able to, see. Because it wasn't there before. That's the point we are making here. Weah is not the problem of Liberia, and Weah cannot solve it.
What you call Josh Weah is not the problem.
Tomorrow.
What you call Josh Weah is not the problem. They may take $1.5 million to go marry Meg. Then you call that is not the problem.
You take $1.5 million to go marry Meg where? In Morocco?
Okay.
You got a receipt for the $1.5 million?
Okay. Thank you. That's how we'll let you come to the very, very end of the Manessa Nabraka Talk Show. Be our guest tomorrow. Same time, same place.